Okay, so let's try the next coding exercise. So open the leetcode.com and go to the problems tab. And if you scroll down in the search question, search Fizz Buzz and hit enter. So there is a question number 412 and it's come under the easy category. So let's open it. So this is like a very easy question and everyone can like able to solve it. And this generally asked in the interview. But the intention of the interview is not to judge about like whether you able to solve this question or not, but the intention is how you are able to solve this question, like which approach you are going to implement, because I believe like anyone can like solve this question. Okay, so let's try to start from the like one approach, then we will try to implement second and third approach as well to improve the solution, to improve our solution. So let's read the question. Given an integer, and so we have some integer given, we have an integer is given, we have written a string array, so we have to return an array. The array name is answer, and that contain the strings. So if you see, one is a string, two is a string, Fizz is a string. So the string of arrays where answer of I, so at ith index it should be Fizz Buzz if I is divisible by 3 and 5. So if I is divisible by 3 and 5, and they have mentioned array is one index. One index means array start from the like index is not zero, but we know in Python it's zero. But the how the in the question it is defined, it is considered as a one, it is considered as a two, it is considered as a three, then four, then five. So if particular I means this one, if one is divisible by three and five, then we have to put Fizz Buzz. If it is only divisible by three, then we have to put Fizz. If it is divisible by five, then we have to put Buzz. If otherwise, we have to just put I as a string. I should be integer, but we have to put as a string because it is just like a string array. Like, so that's the question. So let's try to implement it. So let's try with the first method. So we need one array, answer array, all right? And let's take that array of n length, and by default it contains the like this empty strings. Then we need to run a loop. Till what point we need to run? So let's suppose n is equal to 3. Then we need to run like a loop from for 1, for 2, and 3, because it is mentioned array is one index. So let's for I in a range of 1 to n plus 1. So n is equal to 3, then 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then we have to check if array is divisible by 3 and 5. So if I divided by 3 and I modulo 3 equal to 0 and I modulo 5 equal to 0, then what we have to do? If it is divisible by both 3 and 5, that the remainder is 0, then what we have to put at answer of I, at answer of I. But I is 1 because we are taking from 1. But we know in Python index starts from the 0. So we have to put on the, like we will reduce -1. Then we have to put Fizz Buzz. Okay. Then else. Not else, we can say elif. So elif I divided by 3 equal to 0. If it is only divisible by 3, we can't put, like some people like even do this kind of mistake. They put divided by 3 first and then 3 and 5 later. No, because if the solution can be divided by 3, if we put this as a first condition, then we are going to put Fizz, even though the number is going to be divisible by 5 as well. So first we need to check with the both the numbers. So if it is divisible, then we have to put Fizz Buzz. Otherwise, we have to put, if it is divisible by 3, then we have to put Fizz. Okay. And if I divided by 5 equal to 0, if it is divisible by 5, then we have to put Buzz. Okay. Otherwise, we have to put I only, but in a form of a string. in a form of a string, because we can't here I is one, but in a form of a string. And then we are going to return our array answer. Let's try to run it. So our solution has been accepted, so let's try to submit it. Okay, so our solution has been run. All right, so which is like a very naive approach. Anyone can do this, right? But if you notice, like what we are doing is, let's suppose if a number is divided by 3, all right, but not divided by 5, all right. So let's suppose number, you can say 9, right? So what, first it will check, okay, if I divide by 3, yes, 9 divided by 3, okay, this condition is true. Then it will go here, if I divide by 5, right? Then it going to, it become false. Then it is checking again, if I divide, that is 9 divided by 3. Basically we are checking twice, if I divide by 3 or not. Like one approach is, you can like directly mention if I divide by 15, or you can first mention 5 and then you can mention 3. All right, so one approach is this. All right, but there is an another approach as well. So let's look at the another approach. So what we can do is, so because here what we are doing is, we are doing twice operation again and again. All right, so this thing we are going to like reduce it. So how we are going to reduce? So let's remove it. So what we will say, if I divide by 3 equal to 0, then what we are going to do? We are going to do answer of I minus 1 equal to, so if I divided by 3 is equal to 0, by default, how our array looks like, only empty strings. All right, so if I divide by 3 is equal to 0, then what we have to do is, we can do is answer of I, or if I divide by 3 0, what we have to put? We have to put only fizz. Okay, if I divide by 5 equal to 0, then what we have to put? If I divide by 0, if I divide by 5, so it means this condition has already been satisfied. And if this condition has already been satisfied, and then again it is satisfied by 5, if only divide by 5, then what we have to do? Generally answer of I minus 1, we have to put buzz. All right, so we have to put like a kind of a buzz here. But this is going to work for these two conditions. But what about if I is going to divide by both 3 and 5? So we know if I divide by 3, let's suppose 15. So in 15 case, 15 divided by 3, yes. So first we are putting fizz. Now we are checking 15 divided by 5. Then we are overwriting fizz with the buzz, but we don't have to overwrite. So what we can do is, we will check what exists there. So we will check what exists there and we are going to append. So similarly, we can do here as well. All right. So whatever the existing value, so existing value is empty. In the initial is empty. So empty plus fizz, empty plus buzz. But if any number divided by 3, so it will become fizz. So it will not become empty. So fizz plus fizz buzz. All right. Otherwise, what we have to check, if answer of I minus 1 equal to blank. So if it is blank, then what we have to do is, answer of I minus 1 is equal to string, and answer of I minus 1 plus string of I. You can like you can say like this. All right, and at the end we have to return answer. So let's try to run it. So this is has been work. So let's try to submit it. So this also works. So in this, like we are like saving some operations. So instead of again checking, because in the last time, like in the first method, what we are doing is unnecessary. We are dividing like modulus 3 twice. So here we are saving that time. But there is a one more method, because the modulus operator is a little bit costly instead of addition and subtraction. So addition and subtraction operations are not costly, but operator is costly. So can we solve this question without modulus operator? So answer is yes. So how we are going to do? So let's remove this. Okay, so let's move. So what we will do is we will take two variable C3 is equal to 0, C3 and C5 equal to 0, comma 0. Okay, so as soon as the first element run, so what we will do, C3 is equal to C3 plus 1, and you can say C5 is equal to C5 plus 1. So we are incrementing both elements. Then we will check if C3 equal to 3. If it is equal to 3, it means this is the third element. Then what we have to do, answer of I minus 1 is equal to, if it's equal to 3, answer of I minus 1 is equal to answer of I minus 1, whatever the existing, plus Fizz. Okay, now let's copy this. If C3 is equal to 5, then answer of I minus 1 is equal to Buzz. All right. If answer of I minus 1 equal to blank, if it is already blank, then what we have to do is answer of I plus 1, not comma, plus string of I. And we have to return answer. But here, let's suppose for C3, here we are incrementing. So for 1, so when I is equal to 1, then C3 is equal to 1, C5 is equal to 1, because initially it is 0. Then this condition not passed, this condition not passed, then this condition is passed. Then we are putting 1. So our array will be become 1. Now I is equal to 2. So this condition fail, but C3 and C5 become 2, 2. Then we are putting 2. Now I is equal to 3. So C3 is become 3 and C5 also become 3, but this condition satisfy. So we are putting Fizz. We are putting Fizz. Now let's put C4. Let's put I is equal to 4. So I is equal to 4 means C is equal to also 4. C3 is equal to 4. C5 is equal to also 4. So this condition fail, this condition fail. So we are putting 4. All right. So now 5. So C3 is equal to 5, C5 is equal to 5. So this condition fail. This condition pass. So we are putting Buzz. We are putting Buzz. So let's suppose it become 15. All right. So in, in case of not even 15, let's suppose 5, then 6. All right, then 6. Now C3 become like 6, and C5 also becomes 6. Then we are checking if C3 is equal to 3. No, C3 is not equal to 3. C3 is equal to 6. But 6 is divided by 3. Right? We are not checking. So that's why as soon as the one condition met, we have to reset the C3 and C5. So that's it. So we have to reset the C3 and C5. So let's try to run it. So something is wrong. So let's see what is wrong. So here it is become empty. So if I minus 1 is equal to empty, then okay. So here we are we have forget I minus 1. And I think we don't need this. Okay. So what's wrong? So we are getting 5. instead of a buzz. So C3 is equal to C3 plus 1, C5 is equal to C5 plus 1, and okay, so here it should be C5. So let's try to run. Now our solution has been accepted, so let's try to submit it. So now our solution has been like accepted. So like this is like more even better version because we are not even using the modulus operator because modulus operator is a little bit costlier operation. So this is the easy question, but generally in an interview, generally the first question, first body question, the person asks, okay, can you write the Fizz Buzz question? So examiner intention is not to judge how you are going to write, whether you are able to solve that question or not, because we know person can able to solve by divide or modulus operator. But examiner intention is how which different approaches you are going to use. I have shared you three approaches. You can try with all the three approaches. So that's it. That's the end of the video. Thank you.